in their holy place in Prague, March 21st, Thursday, Meric Casaubon 5 Horum, according to a true and faithful relation of what passed for many years between Dr. John Dee and some spirits, 1659. Note that my wife, being in great perplexity for want of money, requested Edward Kelly and me that the effect of the annexed petition might be propounded to God and his good angels to give answer or counsel in the cause. Hereupon I prayed a little for the same purpose and read the petition, and so on. We desire God of his great and infinite mercies to grant us the help of these heavenly mysteries, that we may by them be directed how or by whom to be aided and relieved in this necessity that we are in, of sufficient and needful provision for meat and drink for us and our family, wherewith we stand at this instant much oppressed, and the rather because that might be hurtful to us, and the credit of the actions wherein we are vowed and linked unto his heavenly majesty, by the ministry and comfort of his holy angels, to lay such things as are the ornaments of our house and coverings of our bodies in pawn either unto such as rebels against his divine majesty, the Jews, are the people of the city, which are malicious and full of wicked slanders. I, Jane, humbly request this thing of God, acknowledging myself his servant and handmaiden, to whom I commit my body and soul. Edward Kelly said, here is one, with a leather coat and spade, with a white coronet on his head round, hath a bag on one side of him, and on the other side a bottle. It seemeth like a husbandman, but a young fair man he is. Jane D. Give ear unto me, thou woman. It is not written that women come not into the synagogue, much less ought they to come before the testimony of the will of God to be fulfilled mightily, and to come against the world, and against the pomp for money and iniquity, but because thou hast humbled thyself, and hast refused to tarry before me, as it becometh thee, I will answer to thy infirmities, and will talk with thee. The title, Our Actions, is in the margin. He that hath his house inhemmed with the ditch, which is deep and swelled with water, must needs make a bridge over, that he may be at liberty, else he is a prisoner under the waters. But if he want wood, and have no shift to enter into the fields, it is not wisdom to break his dining tablet, and to set himself free. Why criest thou unto me, behold, let thy house yield, and the covering of thy body give place to the necessity of hunger? Behold, God suffereth his elect and chosen vessels oftentimes to be without mansion or apparel, but lo, he feedeth the sparrows. But I will not reprehend thee, because thy soul is frail, but be faithful and obedient, and that truly as thou art yoked, behold, I have blessed thy children, and of thy seed and bones I will build anew, and they shall have houses, and shall be served of such as the people salute, saying, Hail, Master! Be thou patient and full of repentance, and do that thou hast to do, and not that thou hast done. For lo, mercy is with thee, and well shall come unto thee. And in the margin a promise to Jane, her children. Behold, the scourge is with you, and of necessity you must be tempted, that your faith may worthily be glorified, and that you may be praised in me. And in the margin of necessity, behold, thou seekest counsel of me, I will counsel thee. Behold, I would dig for thee, but I should do contrary to myself, because I have given power, and he that possesseth the earth is against me. But such as I have I will give thee, and it shall be sufficient, more than thy vessels can hold, or thy days can thank me for. Consider that tomorrow cometh not, before he be brought in, neither canst thou have until thy power come. But cast up thy eyes, and hope for better things. Lo, since I cannot give thee that thou desirest, really yet I bow my head, and so I counsel thee, let thy husband arise, and gird himself together, and let him take his eyes with him, and let him haste out of this place. For methinks they dissemble. Lo, let them stand before Stephen, and let him visit Lasky, peradventure he find him not living, but if he live, he is dead. There shall you see that I will relieve thee, and do good unto him, and will bind up to the jaws of the persecutor, that he may go on. Thou art a woman, and thy infirmities follow thee. I counsel not without a cause, neither did I stir thee up to speak. But for thy faith I will reward thee. But one storm is to come. Take it patiently. Thou shalt be the more whiter, the more nearer. Behold, I go before, and he that followeth me doth well unto himself. For I do well unto those that follow me. Cast away your murmuring, and sweep your houses. Take heed of spiders, and of the whore rats. That triple dot thing. This is the first time that I have answered to this kind. In the latter days, lo, I go. That triple dot thing. And the triangle representing D. But see, you can tell by the marks it's not intended to be the triple dot thing. So, but before we get to that, the margin says, note, when storm is to come, D, huic, sixui, skilliket, alebre. Okay, D said, Lord, it was said unto us as a watchword when Stephen's messengers should come for us, that then we should go. Now his messengers are not yet come, and so on. And the entity responded, if the bridegroom invite thee himself, what needest thou, his servant? And D said, now is the difficulty for money greater, for if we had tarried together, less money would have served then. Now it will do, and so on. And the entity said, thou hast asked for counsel, I have counseled thee. If it please thee to hear me, it shall be well with thee, if thou tarry. But much better if thou go. I have numbered thee, but be not proud. But because I have numbered, diminish not thyself, lest when I find not the number, I find not thee also. If thou wilt anything else, there are, and they can say unto thee, but who speaketh with thee, that thou knowest not? Edric, he said, he is gone. And he said, seeing here is matter unlooked for, we are stirred to ask questions not thought of before. Therefore, O Lord, send whom it pleased thee to us. And a voice said, Sunt alia hora. And D closed with Deo nostro omnipotente sit omnis laus honor glorio eo jubilatio. Amen. And the margin, numerat divina ascamus quis nobiscum laquetor.